guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another recap, and this is the season finale, episode 13, All-American Homecoming, Irreplaceable. Yes, so things are starting to wind down. Simone, she's basically like still on the fence of what she should do since her coach Lonnie said she didn't qualify for the top 6, that she might have a spot for the next upcoming school year. So she's like kind of like in her feelings and don't know like really where to go, if she should stay or whatever. So her mom, she's on the phone with her mom. And her mom tells her like, listen, there's an opening at GAU. Basically, that's the school that Jordan goes to. And they have a tennis program. So basically, she was going to see if, what the criteria is for it, and if that's the case, she's going to transfer. During this whole ordeal, Brixton, they're trying to fund it so that they can stay open, and they have a fundraiser like the events they have for homecoming week that's set up to help raise money to save the school. So basically, Keisha's in charge of that. Thea, she's supposed to have her tournament, but she didn't go because, come to find out, she was complaining that her shoulder was hurting. Because y'all remember in last episode, she had to use Simone's racket, which is a little bit heavier than hers, because her her opponent basically ruined hers, all 3 of them. So she was using Simone's racket so that she could compete, but then she started complaining that her shoulder hurt. She tried to play it off like nothing's wrong, whatever. So Damon was telling her that she should go to see the team's doctor in the morning. So eventually she goes to see the team doctor. Simone, she tells Keisha and Nate that she might be transferring because her tennis scholarship is basically up in the air. So Keisha take it too hard. She ends up storming off and crying, and it's just like, dang, I thought you said you wanted to be here before tennis. So it's like, yeah, I kind of see where Keisha was coming from. So after that, they also got interviewed by this reporter to see what Brixton really meant to them. So they all gave their little parts or whatever. And it's interesting to see that they all have grown within that year of being in college. And you got to see like, wow. Brixton is really more than just what they say it is. It's about your heritage, your culture, seeing people that look like you, seeing people get along, and sportsmanship, friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, all that comes together. The step teams, the fraternities, the sororities, all that comes together, play a part to help make Brixton what it is. So that was good to see. Coach Marcus, he basically was like, he's still out on the fence and not returning nobody's phone calls. Amara's still checking in on him. The boys, they're going through it with their baseball team. Come to find out, JR's dad, he became the interim coach at the time because, Marcus is AWOL right now. So everybody's just like, Damon. And then Coach Raymond was trying to tell them the plays, and Damon and JR was like, listen, this is not what I do. This is where I'm at now. This is what Coach Turner said I had to. And then Coach Raymond was like, listen, I'm the coach now. So eventually, after they had practice, they was about to go out on the field. Damon was trying to tell him stuff, and he was like, listen, I'm over this practice. And something that somebody did something, and one of the people was like, listen, that's what you're here for. So basically, you figure it out. If they're not in line, you figure it out. That's your job, right? So you do what you want to do. You're the coach, so you figure out how to get him back in line, okay? So everybody left off after that. After that, let me see what else happens. Damon and Simone, they kind of have a little sit down chat because they was doing something. He was doing something with baseball. She was doing tennis practice. Yeah, so that was that. They had a little, they met up with each other outside, and they had a little sit down talk. Damon explained to Simone about his dad and stuff like that, and JR's mom, and she's like, "Why you didn't tell me this?" And it's like, well, whatever. It is what it is now. Simone finally told Damon that she broke up with Jordan over the fall break, and he was like, "Why you didn't tell me?" He was like, "Listen, we were going through a lot of things. Our friendship wasn't like where it is at now. You were Thea, and I had to figure out some things on my own." So it was like, yeah, they ended up laughing that off or whatever. And that's just what it is. Keisha, she decided to join the, I guess we'll say, talent show of Cam's singing group or whatever, so that she can dance and showcase her dancing. Eventually, he was on the fence about it. He was like, "Listen, I don't think that's a good idea." And she was like, "Listen, I don't think that's a good idea because about you and your head injury." And then he kind of like got taken aback and was like, "Well, dang." Eventually, he came to his senses. He came to support his girlfriend and support his group. They did a great fundraising to help raise money during that part. They were still $1 million short. So they was able to raise $3 million and some change. They was still short. Later on, I believe the next day, that morning, Thea, she goes to the doctor, and then she comes back and she has like these blue strips on her shoulder. Come to find out, she tore her rotator cuff, so she ripped whatever muscle in her shoulder that helps her throw or swing. So yeah, so basically she was out of that. Coach Lonnie called Simone to her office to get to speak to her. And obviously she got put into the top 6 now. And Thea's basically out. She also got to rest up and also get surgery. Because if not, it's going to get worse. And then she's going to really be in pain. And she'll probably be out for a year or so. But right now, she's going to be out for a couple of months. And then that's just what it is. So when Simone sees her on the court for practice, Thea basically went left field on her. So Simone's thinking that Thea's still her friend. So Thea switched around like, "Listen, you've been gunning for me since day one." And basically blamed Simone for her injury because she had to use Simone's racket. But Thea was not having it. She was like, "Listen, I already got the man, so now you're trying to take my spot too?" And Simone was like, "Listen, I thought we were friends." Basically, Simone's over it. She understands that Damon is with Thea now. It is what it is. Like, I don't need to be jealous of you. If I wanted him, I could have had him. Trust me. She could have had him. She could have had him. Simone could have had him. But anyway, that's neither here or there. So eventually, Thea was like, "Listen, when the time comes, I'm coming for you." Simone was like, "Listen, rest up. You know where to find me." She do know where to find me. So in that sense, right there, when she said, "You know where to find me," basically she's staying at Princeton. If y'all didn't know that, she's staying at Princeton. Also, within a few minutes of Damon's game that they have, they end up winning the game. Coach Turner comes to show Damon some love and gives him some good advice. Just clear your head and just play the game that you love to play. And they end up winning the game. Keena, which is Damon's mom, she was there to help get Coach Turner back up in his good graces. And then come to find out, Coach Turner told Keena that he has stage 2 bipolar. So that explains why he always had to take his medicine. But since he was off of medicine, he'd been going through it. So he basically had the mood swing. And he basically doesn't know how to, let people in. So now with this new information, I'm wondering if the new season starts. Well, is he going to tell Amara that he has bipolar? He is bipolar? Will she look at him differently, or will she still accept him or whatever the case might be? So yeah. After that, come to find out, Amara, she got called into President Zeke's office, and he explains to him that this organization funded the $1 million that they were missing. Also, that he stepped down from his position, and he was thinking like, wow, that might be a good idea. Maybe I can spend time with my daughter, find another thing, maybe even do some teaching. And Amara was like, Also, Zeke offered Amara his job. And he was like, well, this is exactly what the organization wanted, for me to step down and you to take my place. So after they left their meeting, she immediately calls her sister, like, listen. And she says the organization's name. She was like, really? And her sister was like, listen, I'm always going to want what's best for you. Take the job. After they got off the phone call, she did a smile, sound like, could I really do this? But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Coach Raymond, he basically, after they won the game or whatever, the guys were coming into the locker room, and he was like, that's good, both of y'all are here. He basically explains to Damon and JR, like, how he was a screw-up, and that he basically messed up his family for nothing. Come to find out that Damon is really Celine and Xavier's biological son. So JR and Damon are biological brothers from both the mom and the dad. So even though Celine had an affair, she was already pregnant with Damon when she had the affair with Xavier. So basically, Coach Raymond tore his family apart for no reason. You gave up your own biological son off of a hunch and assumptions. When they say you make assumptions, you're really a donkey in disguise. Be careful what you ask for, because it might come and bite you. Yeah, so yeah, it's crazy. What a way to end the season. I can't wait to see next season. Oh, I can't wait. So with that being said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this recap. And y'all watched it all the way to the end. So with that being said, give me a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And I will see y'all hopefully next season. Okay? Bye.